Hello, Tycooners. I've been gone for a while. What have I been up to? And I've actually got a video that I put out on my Patreon explaining where I've been. Plug for my Patreon. Go check it out if you want to hear my update on what's been going on in my life this summer. Spoiler alert, summertime stuff. There's your teaser. Go check it out on my Patreon. But I'm back with another video today. I'm excited about this video today. This has been cooking in the old noggin for many months. I'm gonna bring to you today 10 things that I would add into RollerCoaster Tycoon if I could. So 10 things that I would change about the game. But first, got a sponsor for you. All right, so you know that I'm a big coffee guy, right? Well, I'm so excited to talk about Madrina's today. Madrina's is a one-stop shop online specialty cafe. They offer delicious cold brews, refreshers, boba tea, and whole bean coffee delivered right to your door worldwide. And they've actually partnered with RollerCoaster Tycoon, and they've come out with 2 RCT flavored drinks. They've got a funnel cake cold brew, and they've got a cotton candy charged refresher. And they sent these both to me, and I'm gonna go try them out inside. Let's go check it out. Let's try it out. Ooh, that's sweet. That's real sweet. I like it a lot. I feel charged and refreshed already. All right now they're offering a special code for you. So you're gonna get 30% off if you go to their website and use code COASTER when checking out. It's available on only select products, and it's probably not gonna last too long, so you better go there right now before this runs out. Madrina's is always all natural. They've got a drink for everyone. They've got a drink for you. I can guarantee it. They're Madrina's. Check them out now. All right, let's get into it. 10 things that I would change about RollerCoaster Tycoon if I could. Quick disclaimer, this is not a critique, really, or like I'm not saying anything bad about the game, or this is not meant to be like complaining, anything like that. The developers are incredible. The OpenRCT2 developers who work on this game and add little patches and features, and they fix bugs and all that. These guys are incredible. I could not do what they do. So this is not me bashing them or saying they're not doing a good job. So get that crap out of my comments. That's not what I'm saying. But this is simply just like, if I could dream a little bit, what 10 things would I add into the game? What things would I change if I could change something? Again, this is just my opinions, and I'm gonna laugh if some of these can actually be done. So I don't think they can be. I've like triple checked. So if I say something that that can be done with a plugin, or actually you could do this here, put a comment below. I would love to know how I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. Let's go into the game here. Here is my wonderful theme park. Number 1, and these are in no particular order. Number 1 is I would add automatic no entry signs. So think about, let's say I wanted to close off this path right here. For some reason, I don't want my guests to go this way. So you go here, go to the sign, you got to place it, and then there's one more click up here to make it no entry. Now, obviously, I didn't put it in the right place because I'm just demonstrating, but I think it would be pretty cool if, let's say you have multiple paths that you want to close off. Wow, this is extremely dirty. What is going on? Path is very dirty. Anyway, getting distracted here. Let's say I wanted to close off several paths. Well, it would be really cool if I could just go click, 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 and they're all no entry signs automatically not letting people get through. It's not a huge deal, but if you kind of think about it, let's say I've got 4, the windows are kind of placed randomly, so it's just a little tedious to have to go in, find the windows, and go all the way, and then make them all no entry. I think it would be really cool if there was a specific no entry sign that the only function was that it would not let guests go through. You place it, boom, all of a sudden it's no entry, guests can't go through. That's the first thing I would change. I think that is something that maybe it's a custom object somebody could build. I don't know. I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to make custom objects. How do you do that? How do you make rides? Okay, number 2. I wish there was a way that you could copy and paste sections of roller coaster track. Let me give you an example. I'm just gonna put this right in. Pretend that I'm building it. Let's say we're over here, and let's say I like little little downward helix, boom. Well, let's say that I want to go like this, downward helix, and downward helix the other way. There's many use cases for this, but let's just say I wanted to do that. Well, how cool would it be if you could highlight, kind of like when you save a ride, you save a ride like a custom track design, you can choose to save it with scenery, and then you can kind of select certain pieces. I think it could be kind of cool if you could select maybe it's this piece, and this piece, and you could assign a keyboard shortcut to it. So you could just paste it, so it's just, boom, it's just there. Let me do some editing here and show you what I mean. Let's just say that's the piece. So let's say I've already copied and pasted it. So I'm going to press one button. There it is. Now another button right here. Boom. Another one's placed. Because if I don't do that, which I can't right now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks. So again, not a deal breaker, not a horrible thing, but it could save a little bit of time, especially if you had, let's say for me, like I like to build my roller coasters kind of similar, not the death coasters, but like an actual real roller coaster that I'm actually building. I have some kind of similar like mechanics and certain things that I like to use in different rides, and I think it could be cool to be able to assign keyboard shortcuts for sections of track. So you could just like boom, boom, press a button, press a key, and then that section is pasted onto here without having to like manually add everything. So I think there could be a use case for that. And I'm going to go into number 3 now as I delete this ride because I would love to see more variations to water rides. So specifically, I want to call out 3 things. 1, the log flume. As it stands right now, there's not a ton of special pieces. You can do an S-bend, you can do a reverse turntable. No, they did just add the steep drop, which is unbelievable. Like, this is so cool and so realistic, and that's needed for sure. But I almost wonder, like, you know how, there's, what's that ride at Disney World that got canceled? I forgot the name of it, but it does this. It goes down like this, and then it goes up, something like this. Well, it would be cool if there could be an up piece that's not a lift, and it just goes whoosh, quickly. That could be kind of cool, I think. So I think there could be an addition there. I also wondered about other special pieces, like log rides have rapids, and there's other elements that log rides have. I was even thinking, is this even possible? What about a banked curved drop? It's not like you're not going to spill out of it, but it's just a little bank, like a small, shallow banked turn. That could be kind of cool. So I think there could be some cool additions to the log ride. And also additions to the river rapids. So this is a very awesome ride. And I love that there's rapids. Like, the rapids are so cool looking. And I almost wonder if there could be different variations of rapids. Like maybe one that's just on one side. And then like that one side of the raft, what's it called? The raft is like bouncing up and down. And I think there could be, some, maybe even like a wider turn, I guess kind of like that, but the wider turn, like a car ride, have that wider turn. I think that would be pretty cool. And also log ride, it'd be cool if the log ride had a really shallow, really, really tight turn. That could be really cool. But I think there's some cool opportunities for some additional water pieces. I would also really love, I don't know if you've ever been to Schlitterbahn, like the original Schlitterbahn in New Braunfels, Texas. But there are some really, really cool like tube chute rides. And it's basically like, it's kind of like the dinghy slide, but it's in the ground. And it's so hard to explain. but there's these really, really amazing, they're just tube chutes. Think about like a creek. So it's like a creek ride, and you sit in an inner tube and you go down, and there's slides, and there's rapids, and there's little drops, and it's unbelievable. And I have always wanted to build a tube chute in RollerCoaster Tycoon. And I think we're getting close to being able to do something similar. But I think there could be some opportunities to make some really cool rides. So custom object maker, custom ride maker out there, I would love it if you made a tube chute. It would be so cool. So yeah, I think it would be really cool if there were some additional track pieces and special pieces within some of these water rides. That would be really, really awesome. That's number 3. Number 4, I wish I'm gonna get a roller coaster again here. Actually, put this one. I'm just gonna, for sake of time. All right, so I think it would be really cool if you could have a sloped brake run into the final station. So something like, right now you can just go straight. But how cool would it be? I mean, you've seen like all those like dive coasters. I feel like a lot of them have really shallow slopes, like a sloped hill with brakes that bring you back into the station. I've always like really enjoyed the aesthetic of that. I think it would be a really cool addition in this game. It could even just be as simple as like allow a brake on this piece right here. So you could come here. You ever built a roller coaster and you got to get from 55 feet to 35 feet. You got to get down, and you put a brake right here, but then it goes too fast. Picks up too much speed here. Well, how cool would it be if it can your coaster can come into this final brake run at a much bigger speed, and then as it kind of, maybe you do something like this. Maybe it's a coaster comes flying over here, and then you could add some brakes right here into the station. I think that would be really, really cool. Which leads me to number 5, which is another roller coaster related suggestion. I think it would be cool to have a more shallow slope. So you've got the steep slope, you've got slope down. But imagine a shallower one right here, because not every hill is 5 feet. Like the regular hill is 5 feet. Now, I know due to the nature of the game mechanics, you may not be able to go in between 5 feet, or like one tile height, a next tile height. But I feel like there could be. Think about like Steel Vengeance, for example. Steel Vengeance has that little curve right out of the station, and it's definitely just a really gradual. It's almost like a helix. Like, how a helix in this game, it very gradually gets you down or up 5 feet. How cool would it be to do something like this, but it's not banked? It's just like a very gradual turn that's like it's got that, maybe we call it shallow slope. Something like that would be really, really cool. I'm going to demolish the mess out of this. But we will be doing number 6 now. Things that I would add into this game, things that I would change about RollerCoaster Tycoon. Number 6, I wish there was some sort of shift click or click and drag for placing footpaths. Now, we've all been there where you got to go from here to here, and there's no easy way to do it. Well, with auto clicker, which I'm never, ever going to hesitate to promote the OP auto clicker. I'm going to link it in the description of this video. It's amazing. Watch how quickly I can do this. Let's just say, or watch. F6 is going to get this all the way here. Ready? Whee! That's very, very quick. Now, you may not have the auto clicker, so that means you're just going to go like this. You got to move the camera while you're doing it, and it just takes way too long. I hate to take a page out of RollerCoaster Tycoon World's book, but how cool would it be if you could click here, then just maybe it's a keyboard shortcut you hold down, and you can just maybe click and drag, or maybe click your beginning point and your end point. I don't really know how that would work, but I think there's an opportunity there for something like that, or maybe even like a built-in auto clicker into the game. That way, if you're playing on a device that for some reason you just can't get the auto clicker installed, you could have the built-in auto clicker in the game, and you can, maybe there's a way to, I mean, you can kind of click and this is kind of actually not too bad. I didn't click and hold, that goes pretty fast. But it's still, you got to wait. I just wonder if there's a way for that to be improved maybe a little bit. Because it can take a lot of time to place footpaths, especially if your park is gigantic and you've got a lot of path to place. It would be really cool if it was more just boom, boom, full path across the park, boom, boom, full path. So just an idea. Okay, number 7 is carnival related. I grew up going to carnivals. I grew up like loving carnival rides, and I love that there's been so many carnival rides built into this game. Like I know a lot of them or most of them probably are custom rides from the Amazing Earl or other people, like Tilt-A-Whirl. That's a carnival ride. You know, like Teacups, that's not really a carnival ride, but it kind of is. Or swings that are kind of more carnival based. But oh man, and like these, the inversion rides, the one I'm familiar with is called Kamikaze, and it's just like these double swing inverter ships. The Super Looper, that's a carnival ride. They have them at theme parks, but it's a carnival ride, you know? These are what you see at carnivals. And something like this roundup ride, like it's a thing you see on the back of a truck getting unloaded at a grocery store parking lot, you know? And I think it would be really cool if there was a zipper. Now I know that there is I don't know where it is. There is a zipper ride, but it's not in good condition. It's like all glitchy and weird. I don't have it installed here right now in here. But I think it'd be really cool if there was a much better zipper that was colored appropriately. Each little basket had its own color. And honestly, it was like an amazing ride. I loved a good zipper. Love a good zipper. Here's some carnival rides here. You know, like I would love to build a carnival in RollerCoaster Tycoon, and imagine like a scenario that's just parking lot. You know, it's just asphalt, and you get to place all these carnival rides, and a zipper would be really, really cool. So that would be something that I would love to have added into the game. Okay, this next one I don't think is possible, but I'm going to get another roller coaster here. I think it would be really, really cool to have roller coaster stats given to you as you build. Now, I, again, don't know if that's possible, but the ride has to make one, and sometimes more than one, complete circuit before it gives you the stats, test results. How cool would it be if you could get instant test results the moment the circuit's complete? Again, don't know if it's possible, but there have so many times where I'm building a ride, and I think you've done this too. Probably you built a ride, and you're vibing with your ride, and you're like, oh man, we're doing a 0G roll here, and then oh man, now there's a barrel roll, and oh man, now there's a third barrel roll. Is that too intense? I don't know if that's too intense. Is that going to make people sick? Well, imagine being able to see that right now. You may have to finish the circuit, or it tells you that. But imagine like, boom, and it gives you the results automatically. And then as you make adjustments, it like updates it in real time. That would be so amazing, because then you wouldn't have to like build an entire ride and then wait for it to test. So let's just see. This is probably not going to make the length requirement even be exciting at all. But let's just say, okay, look, I had to fast forward it, which is fine, but you have to test the ride, and it's just a little bit cumbersome to have to come back here and right-click on it. Well, you got to close it first, and then right-click on it to begin construction. And then as soon as you make an adjustment, then it's all gone. How cool would it be if these were always present, and then all the changes you're making are just tracked in real time? That'd be pretty dang cool. We are done with this coastie. Next is number 9. What I would change about this game is I think it would be great to be able to customize these transparency options. You can do that a little bit here, as far as like turning things on and off right here in this menu. So there was a change recently that now when you press the 4 key, it no longer hides trees and bushes. It hides like ride scenery, and I don't know how to get this invisible. Okay, vegetation is what, but this is not. Is this linked to a number? 1 is underground, 2 is water, 3 is the rides, 4 is ride scenery, 5 is support, 6 is guests, 7 is puts the grids on the grass, 8, 9, and 0 are all height. I don't know. An F key, a function key. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know what happened. There may be a way to do that, but I think it would be cool. Whoa. Oops. Auto clicker. I think it would be really cool if you could go, maybe you go into here and then you can assign numbers to whatever you want. Because I have never once in my entire life ever pressed 2 or needed to press 2 to see underneath the water. Like I could just go here and do it automatically if I needed to, but how cool would it be if you could customize which of these transparency, which items you can use and make transparent? Because I use guests a lot. I use support. I use like 3, 4, 5, and 6 a lot. I don't ever really use 1. Unless I'm building a roller coaster and somehow it turns off invisible underground, then I need to press it to turn it back on. That's not super common though. But I think that'd be a really, really cool option if this whole menu could be customizable, and you can kind of tailor it to your own needs. Okay, and number 10. Drum roll. I think it would be cool to have a sandbox mode in OpenRCT2. So I'm gonna go to a brand new game. This is what I do when I'm gonna film a video. I go to extras and I go to build my own Six Flags park. Now, I will come in here to the cheat menu, and this is what I think it'd be really cool if there was a mode that had, like, almost like it didn't have some of these options at the top because they weren't needed. So, think about like, okay, back to the menu. The roller coaster designer, track designer? You come in here and you can like build whatever roller coaster. There's no money. You don't have to worry about that. You got this gigantic square. Something like this would be really, really cool. I guess this is kind of like sandbox mode in a way, but I don't know why the ground is not, why there's not grass. Like, I would want to be able to open a park and have guests come in here. I don't think you can. But let's just go back here. So if I am going to build a custom sandbox mode to film videos, I go into build your own Six Flags park. Sometimes I will just get rid of the water and fill it back up with land. I will go and I will own all land. Like here, I will go in here and do no money. I'll do intensities are ignored, disabling trash and littering. Force to park rating here. I'll make no weather. I'll go in here and like turn all these on so I can just go crazy with roller coasters. I think that would be a really cool mode. Like imagine it's like a 5th option here, or maybe even like, maybe it's under extras and it's just called sandbox mode. And it's just like there's limited capabilities because you don't need them. Like you don't need to, or there's no money at all because it's just sandbox mode. You can just play around. Maybe there's no support limits, like that whole support limits that you have to disable that in the settings menu if you want to build a ride really, really high. Like imagine if that wasn't there at all because it wasn't even needed. A sandbox mode would be really cool. I think that could be really, really helpful for a lot of people. And we're back to the full screen here. So there you have it. Those are my 10 suggestions, things that I would change about the game. And go easy on me if you disagree or I said something wrong. Correct me in the comments, but maybe say, but you're okay, it's all good. I'm not perfect by any means. Also, if you made it this far, put something in the comments. Put this video was heckin' good value. That's really weird, but I just want to know if you've made it this far. If you've made it to the end here, say this video is heckin' good value. Let me know what your thoughts were. I would love to do more stuff. I have lots of suggestions and like ideas. Again, the game's great. The game does not need these things that I'm suggesting here, but I think that could be really useful, at least something to consider. But I've got more ideas and things like that I'd love to talk about. So if you like this type of thing, let me know in the comments. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. please, please, please hit that big red subscribe button. I'd love for you to be a part of this channel. Now that we're getting close to fall, we're going to be kicking off more videos, more live streams, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you get those Madrina's coffees ordered and to your door because they are delicious. Okay, and then next, if you want to see a real-life video, real-life RollerCoaster Tycoon Part 3, there's 3 parts of this video series, don't you believe it, where I go to Cedar Point and I got to ride Top Thrill 2 before it closed forever. So go check out that video. It's going to be right here. And go watch that next and enjoy the mechanic costume that I wore.